Oh.
Okay, this week it's Cannabis The Facts. It's published on a few different websites, okay, without a clue. We'll give you one of them below. The following article was kindly presented by Mary Brett, apparently, former head of health education at Dr. Challoner's Grammar School for Boys in Amersham, Bucks. She's also the UK spokesman for EURAD, Europe Against Drugs. So apparently she's the major figure here against drugs. Okay. Now, these are medical facts, okay? 100 billion nerve cells, or neurons, may have up to 10,000 connections to other neurons in the vast brain network. Messages pass along the nerve fibers as electrical impulses, then cross the gap between the neurons, or the synapses. Okay? In other words, the synapse is what happens between the two. Yes, I know. It's in this anyway. It happens in the form of chemicals or neurotransmitters, the brain's natural drugs. That part you should get. Each neurotransmitter molecule has a particular shape to fit into its receptor site on the next neuron, as a key fits into a lock. In other words, in your brain, when the electrical impulses go along, everything has to work perfectly. If everything's not perfect, you have a problem. Anyway, she goes on to say, mind-altering drugs like cannabis, or more specifically THC or tetrahydrocannabinol, the ingredient that gives the high, mimic the shape of these neurotransmitters, so the brain is fooled. Okay? Cannabis mimics what they call anandamide. A-N-A-N-D-A-M-I-D-E. Anandamide. Okay, I've never heard of it, but anyway. And also interferes with the transmission of the other neurotransmitters because THC dissolves in the fatty cell membranes and persists. Okay? 50% of the THC is still there after a week and 10% a month later. Traces are still detectable in hair and urine for weeks after that. Now, mind you, it's a lot of difference between detectable and affecting you, but whatever. That's the medical facts. You can't really argue with it, okay? Yes, it happens along the neurotransmitters, and yes, it probably does affect them. But anyway, that's not it. Unfortunately for stoners, she goes on to say,
Where's Sergeant 9? It's 9:25.
Anyway, concentration, learning, and memory are all badly affected. School grades fall, some students miss out on university places, a cannabis personality develops, users become inflexible, can't plan their days properly, can't take criticism, and struggle to express themselves. They feel lonely, miserable, and misunderstood. Apathy, amotivation, and dropping out are all common. Few children using cannabis, even occasionally, will achieve their full potential. Oh, fuck. Talk about using your own opinion and manipulate people. Holy fuck. You know, I'd love to see a fact where it says all these symptoms are caused by marijuana use. They completely disregard any effects caused by something called maybe life. You know what I mean? Like, holy fuck. Anyway, she might as well be a fortune teller. Picking shit out of her ass here. Anyway, a cannabis personality develops? Like, what the hell is that?
What? A cannabis personality?
Sorry, folks, but she totally lost me there, alright? That's stereotyping if I ever saw it. A cannabis personality. A gay personality, a slave personality. All sounds like bigotry to me.
Yeah, Kumar. Bust your ass. What kind of name is that anyhow, huh? Kumar.
When she says, many pro-legalizers are users. Or their children are. Others are libertarians who think we should be able to do what we like with our bodies. That's fine as long as it doesn't interfere with anyone else. But stone drivers can and do kill other people. Addicts and the mentally ill need treatment at the taxpayer's expense. Stone workers are inefficient and unproductive. And passive smoking does occur. What the fuck? Man, did she lose it here. Okay.
Actually, I'm a good worker.
Yeah, she can sue me if she wants, but that's just fucking ridiculous. First of all, Like, is she a Nazi? Like, fucking right, I want to do whatever I want in my body. And fuck you if you don't like it. As far as stoned drivers go, what the hell about fucking drunk drivers or stupid asshole drivers? Being stoned doesn't really have anything to do with it, so don't fucking believe that crap either. Addicts and mentally ill need treatment, like duh, and what's that got to do with marijuana? Fuck nuts. Okay, anyway, stone workers are inefficient and unproductive, okay? Most people are fucking inefficient and unproductive. We won't even get into fucking politicians being unproductive. Guess they're all stoned too, eh? Anyway, she also yaks on a bunch of other fucking subjects, but it doesn't get any better.
Work starts at 9. It's 9:25.
Alright? That's it for that, and it kind of pissed me off a little bit.
Got me going there too.
Okay, it's time for a stoner story. Okay, this week I'm going to tell you about the time when I was a teenager and I went camping with a buddy of mine. His parents were staying in a cabin and we stayed in a tent by ourselves just outside in the backyard. One of the nights we took 2 hits of purple acid each. We went to smoke a joint a little while later, but we were so high that on the acid that it took us 20 minutes to light a joint because we were laughing so fucking much. Oh, by the way, don't bother trying to smoke joints while on acid or doing mushrooms, eh? Even though I know you still will, it just won't do you any good anyway. Chemicals are just way too powerful for pot.
It's a Cinderella story cast asunder.
That night, we were still high on the acid when we were sitting in our small tent. And it started getting dark, so we decided to fire up the gas lantern. No, big mistake. The combination of being high and not really knowing what I was doing, because, you know, it had been a while since I had been camping, well, the combination was almost deadly, but still kind of funny. What happened was, I started pumping the lantern to get the gas going, you know, like you're supposed to, right? Then I tried to light it, but it didn't light. So I pumped it some more. And then tried to light it again. Nothing. So I tried one more time. But this time I noticed I forgot to turn the switch on for the gas. So I did that. And then lit the lantern. Well, holy shit, if the lantern didn't go up like the fucking Wicker Man. Here we are in a tent with the lantern flaming like there's no tomorrow. I'm holding it in the air because the sleeping bag started to catch fire. The whole time my buddy Dan was trying to open the tent zipper. He turns around and screams, "It won't open, it won't open." So I screamed, "Stop panicking and do it slowly," right? So anyway, seconds later, he opens the zipper and, you know, I place the still burning lantern on the ground outside the tent. But basically, you know, we started laughing after that, you know, considering we could have been burned to death. But that could have happened without being high too, I think. Of course, we also rented a boat and went fishing. The first spot, we put the anchor down and fished for a while. We didn't catch anything, so we started heading to a different spot. All of a sudden we remembered that we never pulled up the anchor. We checked, and fortunately it was still on the end of the rope. Well, we fished there for a while, then went to move on to a new spot. Halfway there, it dawned on us that we forgot to pull up the anchor again. This time the anchor was missing though, and that one you can blame on being high. So if you learn anything from this story, it should be that if you do get high, be careful what you're doing, because you might just fuck it up. And the same times 10 goes for drinking, by the way. Anyway, that's the story. Despite possible tragic outcomes, we still had a great time.